My ex's sister needed a fake fiancé at her family wedding. Then the hotel gave us one bed. Have you ever agreed to help someone for just one weekend, believing it would be simple, only to discover it would change your entire life? I certainly didn't expect that answering one phone call from my ex's younger sister would lead me into the most awkward, emotional, and unforgettable weekend of my life. It started with a fake engagement, one hotel room, and one bed. But it ended with something none of us saw coming. A reminder that kindness has a way of opening doors that pride never can. Before we begin, welcome to Kindness Storyline, where every story reminds us that compassion can change lives in the most unexpected ways. If you enjoy heartfelt stories filled with hope, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that inspire kindness every single day. My name is Ethan Brooks. I was 33 years old, a single father raising my 7-year-old daughter, Lily. Life hadn't gone the way I imagined. 3 years earlier, my marriage had ended quietly. There were no dramatic fights, just two people who slowly became strangers. My ex-wife eventually moved across the country, leaving Lily with me. Since then, every decision I made revolved around giving my daughter the happiest childhood possible. Money wasn't always easy. I worked as a freelance graphic designer from home, so I could be there when Lily came back from school. One rainy Tuesday afternoon, my phone rang. The caller ID surprised me. It was Emma, not my ex-wife, her younger sister. "Hi, Ethan," she said nervously. "I know this is strange, but I really need your help." Emma had always been kind to me. Even after the divorce, she never treated me like an outsider. She explained that her family's huge wedding celebration was only 4 days away. Everyone expected her to arrive with her successful fiancé. The problem? There was no fiancé. She had lied months ago after getting tired of relatives constantly asking why she was still single. "I know this sounds crazy," she laughed awkwardly, "but would you pretend to be my fiancé for one weekend?" I almost dropped my phone. "What? I'll explain everything. Please." Normally, I would have refused immediately. But Emma had once spent weeks helping Lily after my divorce, babysitting whenever I had work meetings. She had never asked for anything in return. Now she needed help. Kindness isn't always convenient. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. I took a deep breath. "Okay," I said. "I'll help." Emma nearly cried over the phone. "You just saved me." 2 days later, we drove to a beautiful mountain resort where the wedding would take place. The hotel overlooked a sparkling lake surrounded by tall pine trees. It looked like something from a movie. Emma's parents greeted me warmly. Apparently, they already believed I was her fiancé. The lies started immediately. "How did you propose? When's the wedding? Where will you live?" Every answer required another made-up story. By dinner, I was exhausted. Then something unexpected happened. The hotel manager approached us looking embarrassed. "I'm very sorry," he said. "We've had a reservation problem." Emma frowned. "What kind of problem?" "We only have one room available." I looked at Emma. She looked at me. The manager continued apologizing. "And it only has one bed." For several long seconds, neither of us spoke. Finally, Emma sighed. "This weekend just keeps getting better." Luckily, the room had a comfortable sofa. "I'll take the couch," I said. She immediately shook her head. "No, you'll hurt your back. We'll figure it out." After 20 minutes of arguing, we finally agreed to share the large king-sized bed, with a mountain of pillows between us like an imaginary wall. It felt ridiculous. We laughed more that night than either of us had laughed in years. The next morning, everything changed. During breakfast, I noticed a woman sitting alone near the window. She looked elegant, confident, and successful. She was probably around 32. She wore a navy business suit even though everyone else dressed casually. Later that afternoon, Emma introduced us. "Ethan, this is Victoria Carter." Victoria smiled warmly. She was the CEO of one of the country's fastest-growing sustainable home design companies. Despite her success, there wasn't a trace of arrogance in her voice. Instead, she knelt beside Lily. "So you're the famous artist your dad keeps talking about?" Lily smiled shyly. Victoria spent 10 minutes looking through Lily's sketchbook. Most adults pretended to care. Victoria genuinely did. That simple kindness caught my attention. Throughout the wedding weekend, I kept noticing little things. She thanked every waiter by name. She helped an elderly guest carry her plate. She gave her umbrella to a stranger caught in the rain. No cameras, no audience, just quiet kindness. On Saturday afternoon, disaster struck. One of the flower girls tripped on the stone pathway and badly scraped her knee. Children started crying. Parents panicked. Before anyone else reacted, Victoria calmly picked up the little girl. She cleaned the wound herself using the resort's first aid kit. Then she told funny stories until the child stopped crying. Lily whispered beside me, "Dad, yes. I think she's a superhero." I smiled. "I think you might be right." That evening, Victoria sat beside me near the lake. "I heard you're raising Lily by yourself." "I am. You've done an amazing job." I shrugged. "I'm just trying my best." She looked toward Lily, who was laughing with other children. Sometimes trying your best is the greatest gift a parent can give. No one had ever said something so encouraging to me. The word stayed with me. The following morning, the truth finally came out. Emma gathered her parents together. With tears in her eyes, she admitted everything. "There is no fiancé." The room fell silent. I was embarrassed to tell everyone I was still single. She apologized over and over. Instead of getting angry, her father hugged her. "You never needed to pretend." Her mother wiped away tears. "We wanted our daughter. Not a perfect story." Watching that moment reminded me how often fear makes people hide who they really are. Later, Emma thanked me. "I couldn't have survived this weekend without you. You don't owe me anything." "I do. You taught me that honesty is easier than pretending." As everyone prepared to leave, Victoria walked over carrying 2 cups of coffee. "I've been thinking," she said. "I'm opening a creative department at my company." She smiled. "I'd love for you." I blinked. "You've never even seen my work." She laughed. "I've seen something much more important." "What?" "The way you treat your daughter. The patience you showed Emma. The respect you give everyone around you. Skills can be learned. Character can't." A month later, I accepted the position. The flexible schedule allowed me to spend even more time with Lily. Victoria and I became close friends. Real friends first. Months later, friendship slowly became something deeper. There was no rush. No pretending. Just honesty, respect, and kindness growing one day at a time. Emma eventually met someone wonderful too. This time, she never pretended to be anyone else. Looking back, it's funny how one fake engagement led to so many real blessings. Sometimes life doesn't reward the strongest person. Sometimes it rewards the kindest. A single phone call changed my future because I chose compassion over comfort. And Victoria reminded me that true success isn't measured by money or job titles. It's measured by how gently you treat people who can do nothing for you. If this story touched your heart, remember this. Kindness often begins with saying yes when helping someone feels inconvenient. You never know which small act of compassion will change someone else's life or your own. Thank you for spending this time with Kindness Storyline. Until next time, keep believing in goodness, keep choosing kindness, and never underestimate the incredible power of a caring heart.